My name is Leo Saldivar. I'm the current president of the Audio Video Club. I've been with the program for 3 or 4 years. Yeah, around there. And I've been involved with a lot of different events we've held, with the Poetry Slam and the Tejano Crossroads, the Halloween Cinema, plus everything else we've done.
What kind of advice would you give the next person that in line that's going to be the president? What are your responsibilities thus far?
Well, I would say focus on communication. Communication is the biggest thing because especially this year, there's a lot of kids that are like more timid. So you have to be kind of like patient to get everybody's like answers out, get them more comfortable. So I would say just focus on communication, talk to people, like don't threaten anybody or don't be mean to anybody, just go with the flow, you know, like they're not comfortable, don't make them do anything. Just like, I mean, nudge them a little bit, but like don't like push them, you know. I'm good at like networking and stuff, and I guess just talking to people one-on-one. So talking to like maybe somebody who's more timid just like by themselves does help them get more like comfortable around you and like around others as a person, because people who are in the club are usually super committed. So you don't really have to worry about like, oh, maybe they don't want to be here anymore, because like even though kids don't talk, they always show up and they always participate and they always come to the events. So I would just say like be patient and communicate. Those are probably like the biggest two things. Other than that, you would have to like learn how to like manage what you have to do every week for the club and what you have to like plan out and get everything sorted out. So you could just go ahead and present everything, you know, just like lump it all onto them, but just be patient.
What do you think about, because I noticed you started using Padlet a lot now, like with respect to planning and organizing and recording films or even just events. All of our events they require a lot. How has your experience been using that kind of project management software?
It helps a lot. Like I think you should learn how to use it if you're coming into this position, because with films, like let's say you're like an interview, a documentary or whatever, it helps you organize which questions, what you need to film. It helps you organize everything from like your thoughts to like the timeline of it to like what you need to buy and stuff like that. And it's completely customizable. You can share it with other people. It just helps with the overall flow. It helps everybody get on the same page. It's just really useful to help like to get everybody on the same page. Everybody gets like the same amount of resources, I guess, from that.
Before you got to this position, what was something that kind of attracted you to the program or to the kids or to the activities that we did, like when you were younger? I think you even said that you saw us at the junior high level, right? When we went.
Yeah.
What brought you? What made you stay? What made you want to be the president?
Well, I guess it was just like the sense of community. Like from when I saw you guys in the junior high, I was just like, oh, they seem really cool. They seem really like connected and stuff like that. And when I joined the program, like actually joined the program, everybody was like super friendly, and eventually they became kind of like my second family and stuff like that. I'm still really close friends with like Sean and stuff like that. Like we talk like on like a semi-regular basis, or we check up on each other and stuff like that. So I'm really glad I got to like be here and experience that. It's just a huge sense of like, you feel involved, you feel valued here, because like, I mean, any input is super valuable in here. I mean, everybody has ideas, you know, everybody has different perspectives, everybody has different ways of like looking at things. So, you know, just being heard like that, I was just like, oh, like I'm actually a part of this, because you know, in school, we're usually just like a number. But here, you're somebody, so it's cool. So that's why I got attracted, and that's why I stayed. During COVID, me dieron las ganas to like do things and like be with other people and help around, and I was just like, maybe I could be the president or whatever. And then I tried out for it, and everybody was just like, well, yeah, I was pretty much the only candidate. So
yeah, because we lost that school year, and what was kind of crazy about that was, I think the power of history and culture, because you know, sports continued, all these other extracurricular activities continued. This is not a sport, it's a class, and the culture and the community and the sense of connecting and bonding, it exists through a grander sense of a narrative, a historical point of view and the relevance of history. So the reason that people were possibly interested in you or believed in you was because they knew you had the history in you, which is crazy. That kids could see like, oh, I think this guy knows what he's doing or whatever, or he knows what's going on. And any thoughts on history and culture and bringing information together and kind of running things? What has your perspective been? Like, because this new batch of kids, especially the freshmen, they're coming straight from 8th grade.
Yeah.
You know? And then the sophomores, if they didn't know about us, so there's like 2 years of kids that like lack of connecting, lack of bonding, and then all of a sudden it's just like, here's some kids, they're making announcements, I'm here, and now what? And then they kind of turn to you, it's like, okay, well, what do we do?
Yeah.
What's your experience been with all of that? What do you think about all of that?
It's kind of weird, because like, we came in from the quarantine, so nobody really knows what was going on at the beginning, and just to get everybody on the same page was kind of like frustrating. But again, it's just communication. Just talk to everybody like one-on-one. and seeing people's perspective, because like a lot of kids, they're coming in and they're telling me like, oh, I have so many ideas, but I don't really know how to like make them happen or like what to do. And I was just like, oh, just like, I mean, it's just kind of like a it's a guide, you know, it's like a pathway, it's a yellow brick road, and if they follow it, they'll get to where they want to be. Especially I think in this program, if they really want to do something creative, they'll stick with it. And a lot of kids have been like super like adamant about doing what they want to do. Like if they want to do it, they'll do it and get it done. Because I think everybody has a like fire inside of them right now, because we don't really know if we're gonna be able to come back tomorrow or something because of COVID and stuff like that. So like, yeah, nobody's taking this program for granted right now. You know what I mean? So like I don't really have to worry about like, oh, this person's like too scared. Or like there has been those cases, but like it's kind of like getting them motivated, because if they don't do it right now, because they might not be able to do it tomorrow. So everybody's kind of being like on their case, you know.
That's crazy. Yeah, that you guys are aware of that.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. It's a nice little nudge or pinch to wake up and be like, oh, dang, this is all I got. I guess that's it. I'll catch up later. If there's anything else that you would want to add to incoming freshmen or future generations of AD, or anything that you would like to see us do, perhaps, that we haven't done, or
for the kids coming in, just like don't be intimidated, because it could be very intimidating to just see people walking around with like huge like microphones and cameras and like stuff like that. But like, I mean, everybody's a person here. Everybody treats you like as an equal. So just don't be afraid to be like out there. Don't be afraid to put your ideas out there and stuff like that. If you do, you'll probably be like more like, they'll be like, wow, that kid's pretty good. So just like don't be afraid to put yourself out there and just be yourself here, you know.
I love that. Beautiful. Sounds good. Thank you, Leo.
You're welcome. Thank you.